أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Respected viewers of JemeilTv, Assalamu alaikum and welcome back once again. Today we are going to study Surah 67 Al-Mulk, the Dominion. Let us start with Surah Introduction. There are 30 ayat in this surah and it is 67th in the compilation of Noble Quran. It talks about the greatness of Allah and beautiful universe that He has created. It reminds people that if they consider the laws of universe and travel in the land with open eyes, they will indeed see that this whole kingdom belongs to Allah and He controls everything. Where from its name come. Surah Al-Mulk takes its name from the first ayat. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. Blessed is he in whose hand is dominion, and he is over all things competent. Connection of the name of the surah and its ayat. The surah revolves around Allah's management of His mulk, dominion. The virtues of the surah, intercession to be forgiven. Abu Huraira narrated that Prophet ﷺ said, a surah of the Quran containing 30 verses will intercede its reader till he will be forgiven. That is, blessed is he in whose hand is the sovereignty. Surah Mulk, Sunan Abu Dawud, number 1400. Period of revelation. It could not be known from any authentic tradition when this surah was revealed, but the subject matter and the style indicate that it is one of the earliest surahs to be revealed at Mecca. Theme and subject matter of the surah. In this surah, on the one hand, the teachings of Islam have been introduced briefly, and on the other, the people living in heedlessness have been aroused from their slumber in a most effective way. A characteristic of the earliest surahs of the Meccan period is that they present the entire teachings of Islam and the object of the Holy Prophet ﷺ's mission, not in detail but briefly, so that they are assimilated by the people easily. Moreover, they are particularly directed to make the people shun heedlessness, to make them think, and to arouse their dormant conscience. In the first 5 verses, man has been made to realize that the universe in which he lives is a most well organized and fortified kingdom in which he cannot detect any fault, any weakness or flaw, however hard he may try to probe. This kingdom has been brought from nothing into existence by Allah Almighty Himself, and all the powers of controlling, administering, and ruling it are also entirely in Allah's hand, and His power is infinite. Besides, man has also been told that in this wise system he has not been created without a purpose, but he has been sent here for a test, and in this test he can succeed only by his righteous deeds and conduct. In verses 6 to 11, dreadful consequences of disbelief which will appear in the hereafter have been mentioned. And the people told that Allah, by spending His prophets alayhimussalam, has been warned them of these consequences in this very world, as if to say, now if you do not believe in what The Prophet ﷺ say, and correct your attitude and behavior accordingly. In the hereafter, you will yourself have to admit that you really deserved the punishment that was being meted out to you. In verses 12 to 14, the truth that has been impressed on the minds is that the Creator cannot be unaware of His creation, as if to say, He is aware of each open and hidden secret of yours, even of the innermost ideas of your hearts. Hence, the right basis of morality is that man should avoid evil, fearing the accountability of the unseen Allah, whether in the world there is a power to take him to task for this or not, and whether in the world there is a possibility of being harmed by such a power or not. Those who adopt such a conduct in the world alone will deserve forgiveness and rich reward in the hereafter. In verses 15 to 23, making allusions one after the other to those common truths of daily occurrence, which man does not regard as worthy of much attention, he has been invited to consider them seriously. It has been said, look, the earth on which you move about with full satisfaction and peace of mind, and from which you obtain your sustenance, has been subdued for you by Allah. Otherwise, this earth might at any time start shaking suddenly so as to cause you destruction, or a typhoon might occur which may annihilate you completely. Look at the birds that fly above you. It is only Allah who is sustaining them in the air. Look at your own means and resources. If Allah wills to inflict you with this scourge, none can save you from it. And if Allah wills to close the doors of sustenance on you, none can open them for you. These things are there to make you aware of the truth, but you see them like animals which are unable to draw conclusions from observations, and you do not use your sight, hearing, and minds which Allah has bestowed on you as men. That is why you do not see the right way. In verses 24 to 27, it has been said, you have ultimately to appear before your God. In any case, it is not for the Prophet ﷺ to tell you the exact time and date of the event. His only duty is to warn you beforehand of its inevitable occurrence. Today you do not listen to him and demand that he should cause the event to occur and appear prematurely before you. But when it does occur, and you see it with your own eyes, you will then be astounded. Then it will be said to you, this is the very thing you were calling to be hastened. In verses 28 to 29, replies have been given to what the disbelievers of Makkah said against the Holy Prophet ﷺ and the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. They cursed the Holy Prophet ﷺ and prayed for his and the believers' destruction. To this, it has been said, whether those who call you to the right way are destroyed or shown mercy by Allah, how will their fate change your destiny? You should look after yourselves and consider who would save you if you were overtaken by the scourge of Allah. You regard those who believe in God and put their trust in Him as the misguided. A time will come when it will become evident as to who was misguided in actual truth. In conclusion, the people have been asked this question and left to ponder over it. If the water which has come out from the earth at some place in the desert or hill country of Arabia and upon which depends your whole life activity should sink and vanish underground, whose beside Allah can restore to you this life giving water? Alhamdulillah, we have completed the study of the tafsir of this surah.